I think it's time for a shrimp tank update because there's finally something worth reporting. So, these are my Seluwessi Cardinal shrimps, and well, they're a bit shy. They've always been that way. It's kind of just how their species is. But lately, I've noticed that some of my Seluwessi Cardinals have been passing away. Now, we tested the water, and everything came out pretty good, right where it needs to be. So then I started thinking, if the water's not bad, they must have something else going on with them. And the first thing I think of is probably their food. You see, despite the fact that I can place a piece of pre-manufactured food, like that right there in the center of the screen, these shrimps really just don't go for that. You'll see them peck at the ground with their little white feet. And they just eat the natural algae and biofilm that grows on the surface area of whatever it is they're currently on. That's just how these shrimp are, and which is why they're a little more difficult to keep than most other shrimps. You have to provide natural food that just grows naturally. Now my problem is, I've got duckweed. So my duckweed was getting to more or less critical mass, and although the duckweed sucks up nitrates and stuff and keeps the water clean, one thing it doesn't do, and this is what I just pulled out of this one tank just a few moments ago, is this duckweed is also pulling nutrients out of the water, meaning all the nutrients that could go towards growing algae is going towards the duckweed and not going towards what's going to grow naturally on this rock. This rock is very important. It's just a piece of lava rock, and it's strategically here. It's very porous. It has a lot of surface area, which is perfect because algae will grow on that, and that will become these shrimp's food. But if algae doesn't have enough nutrients in the water because it's all going to duckweed, that algae is not going to grow. This tank has had a population boom not too long ago. So that means there's less food to go around just based on the surface area we have available to the shrimps. Now, we can rectify this issue hopefully by removing the duckweed like you just saw, and then also by removing the duckweed, our lights are able to penetrate through that thick layer of duckweed onto the surface area where algae will grow naturally, and thus their food supply will begin to grow again, which is good. I have been supplementing with Bacter AE, but that can only go so far when all the nutrients from that are being sucked up through the duckweed. So hopefully, this will fix the issue. I can feed them some temporary powder foods they might go for, like shrimp fix. Powdered foods will probably have better success than solid foods, like that little pellet of nom that I just put in there just to see if they would even try. They don't seem all that interested in it. So, this is something to keep in mind when it comes to Cardinal Seluwessi. They are very picky, and you need to go about feeding them differently. That duckweed was most likely, from what I can tell, the reason why things started to go south in this tank, but hopefully the situation will be rectified as the algae grows.